What's up guys, Mike here, and I'm back now with the Îlza walkthrough for Resident Evil 1.5, the June 2018 build. I hope you guys have been enjoying all the content that I've been doing so far. I have so much coming, it is ridiculous. I've been working endlessly, but let's get right into this. I'm really excited to see Îlza's differences. If you haven't already, go check out my Leon walkthrough. I have a non-commentated and commentated version, so whichever you prefer, I already have it done right now on my channel. In a playlist at that. So, Îlza Walker, who starts off here. She starts off in a different location than Leon, which I think is very cool. Kind of similar to what's canon in the A and B games, how they are supposed to start in different locations, but regardless, this is Resident Evil 1.5. So, no... Okay, so the, okay, oh, there's actually something to search here. There's glass from the front door all over the floor. I'm trying to actually equip my weapon. So it's interesting to see that... See how this gun shoots. Ah, this is a gun that's not in the actual Resident Evil 2. Considering also, something to note is that Claire doesn't even get a upgraded version of the handgun. Instead, she gets the spark shot. So we're just going to equip the Magnum like the other walkthroughs that I do for the 1.5 because it's just easier to navigate. How the hell? Oh, whatever. So yeah, this is her motorcycle. Let's see if she says different dialogue. So the cash. Yeah. So that's her motorcycle. Basically, she would get into the police station... basically being, I guess, like overrun with the zombies, and she would crash her motorcycle literally into the police station. As she's has no relation to Chris, it's not like she's coming here looking for Chris. Well, seems like this room is exactly the same for her, just handgun ammo here. Nothing too special. A lot of camera angles here, which are pretty cool. A tidy desk with an electric fan. I'm very curious to see how the Îlza outfit's gonna look for the remake. That is something I was actually really hoping would be true, and it is. Only if you get the deluxe version, though, which of course I am. So yeah, the zombies aren't broken out like in Leon's. See if she still gets a shotgun. Oh, she gets a handgun here. Okay, so that's different from Leon. This is probably the door to the restroom. The door is locked. There must be a key somewhere. I always gotta mention this. Gotta love the Pepsi machines being part of Resident Evil 1.5. You might hear a lot of airplanes. I kind of live fairly close to an airport, so unfortunately, I hear that like all day. Oh, so this is different. In Leon's, it's on fire. You actually are supposed to use a fire extinguisher. I believe you get Ada out of there, but I don't think they've programmed the fire extinguisher because I couldn't find it. So I guess the way this takes place is it probably was already done. Kind of like how there was things like that in Resident Evil 2 where Claire would blow up the door next to the helicopter so that Leon could then enter in the B game. So maybe it's something like that. Or it could just be that it wasn't programmed. Before I go up the stairs over there, let me go ahead and check out the other side. Decided to I'm trying to click on more objects to see if there's actually more dialogue than I know of. I'm not gonna mess with that gate just yet. It's a police officer. He's dead. She can't interact with any of these either. Okay. I wonder if this area is going to have more color and texture. Actually, I want to see something. What's her idle animation again? I personally love stuff like this. The finished result of Resident Evil 2 does not have any idle animations, so I think it was really advanced and cool that they did in this game. They had idle animations in 1, so actually technically, yeah, it's not really more so advanced, but I just really like them. I'm thinking about it now, I'm like, wait, they have idle animations in the first one. They just decided to take them out the second one, but rather, I guess I should say that it was advanced that Resident Evil 1 had them. I meant to go into that other room over there, open up the gate, and then I'm going to go up the stairs, and then we'll eventually loop around. The whole point of this walkthrough is to cover all the possible areas. So this is what was part of what I was mentioning, how there were gated, gate areas with gates, and that the zombies could actually come through. It's pretty crazy. I feel like that's something that's kind of advanced for the time, but they had to lower it. Oh god, the creepy zombie women. Those voices are so creepy. And then it doesn't help that their bodies like randomly get up and try to attack you again, even after they don't have a head anymore. I already hear them again. Yep, there you go. Whoa, 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 you're actually moving kind of fast. Yeah, nothing here seems like you can actually interact with it. There's the 2 handgun ammo there. Now, Roy, one of her original supporting characters, as I said in my Resident Evil 2 remake video about how this relates to 1.5, how that game relates to 1.5 actually. You'll see Roy here. I think the opposite side. The beta interrogation room. Yeah, sadly there's nothing you can really do. And you can tell it's still very unfinished. I think that room has had like no progress, unfortunately. But a lot of the other locations have gotten a lot of progress. Ah, here we go. And so the good thing about this build is that the text doesn't move lightning speed, so you can actually read it. Look, he is literally saying the same dialogue as Marvin. So it looks like he got bit by his leg area. See? He says the exact same dialogue that Marvin says, except for the exception of a few different things, like, oh, go get John. But other than that, he says like the same dialogue. It's pretty crazy. Wanted to see if I can come back and interact with him, but it's cool to see that he's actually still here. And that these zombies are actually... Oh, they're still somewhat programmed, as you can see. Let me see if I can shoot one. No. But I can't be hit by them either. Interesting. But yeah, he says like the same dialogue as Marvin. But then again, he was supposed to serve the same role. Alright, we're done with this area. It's so creepy. actually, yeah, let's go up this way. I also like the usage of a real elevator being there. Like a real traditional elevator for a building. Pretty cool. Let's see what's going on over here. Let's see what happens when you open this up. So nothing special, just that instead of there being a cutscene with Marvin, there's just the zombies that are here, and wow, it's like slowing the game down. Gotta eliminate you guys. Slowing my game down like crazy. I wonder if that's normal. Whoa. This guy's like really glitchy. Okay. Very odd. Very, very odd. I don't know why it's like that. So same deal. Does she get a first aid spray in here? Yep. So this room is basically exactly the same from what I can tell. Yeah, nothing special. No difference either for Elsa compared to Leon. Yeah, I'm not gonna click these things a million times. They all say the same thing. As long as there's no actual, like, item to pick up, yeah, there's nothing different in this room. This room is really well textured, and it looks like it's, like, fixed up. But, unfortunately, just no objectives yet in there. Not to my knowledge, at least. Is that a DeLorean? That looks like the DeLorean. That little picture right there kind of does. Kind of does. I mean, there is DeLorean photos and Back to the Future photos in the Resident Evil games. I wouldn't be surprised if it for a little fun little Easter egg that the Team Aegis decides to put that in. Why can't I shoot them? Uh-oh. Trying to clear them so it doesn't get so glitchy. But they're like not... There you go. It's getting, like, the audio gets a little crackly because it's like glitching up the thing, so I apologize for that. Did not happen in Leon, so I'm not sure why it's happening here. I might just use the debug menu to get back over there so I don't have to deal with that again. So I'm assuming, obviously, you need something for that, but for now, you could just automatically unlock it, and then the zombies end up waking up. Love this shot. I love it. And then you can actually see, like, a dead body over here. Like Leon, there's probably nothing you can actually do here. But I could imagine you in the actual game that, you know, the way Capcom was intending it, I could imagine you'd probably pick up quite a lot of things in here. I think the only thing you actually can pick up is handgun ammo. Which at this state's not really that useful. You can tell the textures are still very glitchy because I'm basically look like I'm running through them. But again, like, cannot complain what these guys are doing. I think there's, yeah, see, handgun ammo right here, but no need to pick it up. But it is there. That basically, I believe, does it for the second floor, on at least on this side, so we can go ahead and, let me actually just warp back to the staircase. Oh, this is close enough. I didn't mean to come here, I meant to actually go to the staircase, but this is right here, so it's no problem. Now we'll be going up to the third floor now, where Irons' office is, and where Leon begins his adventure. Cool. I managed to not get hit by the crows. Okay. Let's see how this is different. Oops. So yeah, the paintings here have no descriptions just yet, but pretty cool to see just the texture there. And then here you'll see that there's a painting here, but there's supposed to be a puzzle, but obviously not implemented yet. And that's something that from the last build that I played, which was a 2015 build, it was still like that. So I guess it just hasn't been implemented yet. Check out Irons' office. What a cool camera angle. I love it. I love it so much. Let's see the dialogue. Whoa, that was glitchy. So essentially, the same exact dialogue as Leon's. Nothing different at all. It's the same thing. But basically, Irons was a supporting character for Leon. He was actually a good guy, believe it or not, in 1.5. They switched him to a psychopath in 2, which I think works out really well. I'm not sure how good he would have been in as an actual supporting character. A good guy, rather, I should say. Let's check up the helipad. I should also mention they removed the door animations, which I think make for a smoother... Oh lord. I don't want to get hit. Forgot this crow's up here in her game. I think it's always been that way. Supposed to be able to push those boxes off, I think, with John. Can't remember if it was something that was taken out. Some of the things have been taken out from these builds, because they're obviously probably like correcting the code or something. And this was another really, really cool room. A huge, you know, meeting office type area, which is really cool. And nothing you can do in here, but the textures look great. Just looks like a really, really cool room. I think it came from there. Oh yeah, well this loops around anyway. This is gonna literally loop me right back to that hallway to go into Irons' office. Just show you guys real quick. That being said, let me actually warp back to the staircase. Actually, let's check out outdoor A, because I don't think you can normally come out here. I think you are actually able to, just have to like go through a certain area that I end up forgetting, because some rooms don't actually work. Yeah, see, you would push that off, and then you'd be able to go down there. That's the whole thing. Let me actually warp back there to jump down and see what we find over there. But it's really interesting how a lot of these things would have worked. And yeah, really creepy. Just a bunch of zombies here just holding the fort down. And that leads to the sewers, I believe. Let's just make sure. But I want to explore the rest of the police station before we move on to the sewers. Yep. So it goes in different categories if you haven't noticed. It's like the 1-0 categories, and then becomes 2, 3... You know, it's self-explanatory, basically, from there. But let's go ahead and check out some more stuff. I just want to make sure that I cover every room. So we've been here. B1 corridor. Let's go to the first... Basement 1, I guess you could say. Whoa! Completely forgot. For those interested, I am playing with an Xbox 360 official wired controller and using the PlayStation emulator. In case anyone was curious about that. Why it looks like so smooth and whatnot. Yeah, there's dogs in here, actually. Oh. They have different sound effects. Again, little Easter eggs, as I've mentioned quite a few times before. Claire. You see Piers here. Behind, right here in front now. It was behind before. Jojo. This looks really cool, this little area, though. Look how fast that guy moves. So that middle part you can open up to actually see more zombies come out and explore a door behind, but we're going to check this area out first. Should be seeing Sherry here. Yep. It's nice to actually be able to read the dialogue. Can't interact with her again. I think you might be able to... Yeah, the door's not going to open. Okay, so we're going to try out the area with the 2 infected gorillas over here. Yeah, they're retextured, I think, because they're basically like a boss version of them. They're much tougher than the regular versions. They're bigger and they can take more damage. And probably deal more damage too. Oh, wow. That could have been really bad. But for whatever reason, the music doesn't actually stop. They come out here. And in Leon's game, you actually protect Ada here. Like, essentially, she hears the noise. And then Leon tells her to go into... I guess like go to the corner or go into one of the cars or something, and you fight them, and then when you finish fighting them, she comes back out and you have a small little cutscene. Let's see if something happens here. It might glitch and all of a sudden... Okay. Okay. It didn't. Okay, cool. Let's see what else. Let me go back. Just mentioning it now, if you see like a... Whoa. If you see like a random... kind of like edit in, which is most likely going to happen. It'll all be one video, but I may have to edit like a second part in because I tend to have a lot of people who want to make noise and speak and all this stuff, so I end up having to stop the recording to not have to get their voices mixed into my commentary. So that's probably going to happen, but you guys won't really notice it because it'll be all edited into one video. So this is the storage armory, I guess you could say, where you would get the submachine gun and side pack. This is like the beta version, and you still get it, but they call it an Ingram instead in this game. Essentially, it's the same crap though, because the Ingram is submachine gun, so just a different name. I keep forgetting about this guy. Wonder if I have the handprints on me yet. Nope, not that damaged yet. I think this leads to the morgue. Oh no, the firing range. So you pick up this, I think it's a drive, yeah, a driver here for her too. And I think that was pretty cool. This again is not really any different. You could actually press the switch here and get one of the little target practice papers. I forget if there's an actual term for it, but you can come in here, most likely for cover for fighting the three dogs. But I feel like you have barely any time to get there. So let's go to B2 now, since we explored everything there. This area, I believe, has the morgue. Oh, this is to go back up the staircase. See, I get confused because when you spawn in the room, I would think that it would spawn me where the elevator is. Not the elevator, sorry, the staircase, but it doesn't. And this is the prison cell, so like a real police station, it would have prison cells. And this is like a really broken, coded room. And I can imagine it's because there's so many zombies on screen. So look at this right here. Oh, I forget. It's in Leon's, but there's a cutscene here. Okay, let's watch this. That animation's still in the game. So yeah, I forgot to say that for Leon, there's a bunch of zombies actually sticking their arms out through the bars, as you can see here. But in Elza, I forget that she has to rescue John here. So I guess they don't spawn them like that. And these are all these rooms essentially look the same. They have nothing really that you can do. So I'll check at least 2 of them so you guys can get an idea of how they are. But there's nothing to do in them. Some of them have some zombies on the floor, but like I said, they're all empty prison cells. Nothing special. Oh, the arms came out there. So you guys can see it. See, I'm not making it up. Pretty creepy though, if you ask me. And I forgot, this is the area with the gate. Yeah, we'll do that last. So this is where in the original, you would activate the power to the room to be able to use the red card key to get into the storage room, is what I meant to say. This is that room that you would use the whole flick up the switch power. And funny enough, the texture for it looks the same, the machine, but it's just a simple yes instead of a puzzle. And look at all these zombies on screen at once. It's nuts. Wonder if this, like how item management would have been in this version, because it seems like this game is much tougher. So this game is really huge. I guess the generator is like much bigger. I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of really like the design of how it is. It's just a kind of a decent sized room with no enemies, but you still activate the same power that you need to. So I don't know how I feel about that. I guess I prefer the medium-sized room as opposed to that huge one. And last but not least, I believe this is finally the morgue. Yeah. I really love this room because it's so similar yet so different from the final product. Final product looks way better and it's a bigger room, but it shares so much of the same similarities. How there's zombies that can, well, in this version it's just one zombie that pops out, as you see here, but how this one can actually crawl from the bed and fall onto the floor. I think that's just like really, really cool. And then this one can activate as well and do the exact same thing. Which, that happens in the finished product, but there's no zombie on the bed that falls off. They're just already on the floor. And instead of 2 zombies, I think it's like 4 or 5 zombies instead. It's pretty nutty, but it's actually very doable to just run out the room in the finished product. So, see, they even group the prison. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They like all group it together. Basement 1 corridor lit. Oh! It with power. Huh. I don't think I explored this room before. I mean, it's technically no different, but it looks a lot better with color. It looks really good. Huh. Didn't even notice that. Parking. Oh, I wonder now that I rescued John that it would... Yeah, let me go check that because I think I've explored everything I could. I always forget what mirror room is. Well, actually, this is exactly where I wanted to go. But let's go to the door outside to activate a cutscene. See if it does it perfectly. What? What? It's so different. This is really cool. This was like really glitchy for Leon, but for some strange reason it works for Elsa. It looks so damn cool. I've seen it before, but I don't think you were able to explore it, or at least it's very, yeah, see, it's still very buggy. You can't go into any of these doors, but I just love the look of the way the police station looks. That bluish tone's really cool. Let's check to see if we can go in this room and see where this leads. Nope. Like I said, that's probably why this room is so glitchy, because you can't even enter into this room normally. You have to use the debug menu to get here. Let me explore that room real quick. What would it be called? Office A? No. I think it would be actually the second floor. Corridor, west corridor. I think. No. It isn't. I think it's archive room, actually. No. Not the corridor either. I'm like going in all the wrong places now. Not conference room. See, interrogation room doesn't even seem like it's here. But it's not part of the 200, it's part of the 100, so I'm just gonna have to manually get there. Well, that's no problem. Oh no, the glitchy room again. Let's get out of here, because that's gonna glitch up like crazy. Actually, I'm gonna do the edit here, and because I hear already noise. But don't worry, I'll be right back right immediately. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Back here now. I'm actually editing this in a few hours later, as things got crazy. Like I said, for you guys, it's gonna be like an instant edit. Okay. So we already explored the bait. Oh god, look, I'm like out the texture. Uh-oh. 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 Something glitched. Okay. I'm literally just trying to find my way back to the interrogation room, because for some reason the interrogation room is not on... Okay, this is definitely not the interrogation room. It is not on the debug menu for some strange reason. I'm really not sure why. But it's not. So I'm just trying to get there manually. Which is, becoming a total fail. I should mention this real quick. This is a picture of Claire on the wall right here. Look at the text. Oh, right here it doesn't say the text, but the staircase I was at before, you could see it. I'll try to remember to show you guys. Like before I finish with the police station. Oh, okay, cool. 10 years later, I finally found out where the damn thing is. Because basically, now that we've unlocked John out the prison cell, there should be a cutscene here. Yeah, see how there's no zombies? Like over here, like before? When we walk over here, it should activate a cutscene. Yeah, see? I want you guys to see this. This was present before, but... Yeah. He now has a voice when he dies as a zombie. He did in prior. This cutscene was in the last build, but you can actually read the text comfortably now. And that sound effect, from what I remember, wasn't there. So they were friends. I can actually push him. That's so weird. They were friends, and obviously he had to put him down. So like Marvin, he would turn into a zombie. Oh, and then now these zombies wake up. I'm gonna get hit here. Yeah. Whoa. They knocked me out of the graphic. That was really odd. I don't know what was up with that. Oh, the zombies are back. I wanted to explore this room. Should be in caution now. Yeah, you see I have the handprints. That's beta stuff right there. Unfortunately, you can't seem to remove it once you get it. Okay, so we finished with the 1-0 series, I guess you could say. But I want to show you the little Claire picture I meant before. Actually, it's staircase 2. Here you go. It's a little picture of Claire Redfield. It's pretty cool. Obviously, it wasn't going to be present in the real game, but they decided to throw it in as an Easter egg. I just want to show you this little save room as well before I move on from the police station, because it's really, really cool. Right over here. I did it in my Leon walkthrough, but this is really cool. I think it would be like a perfect save room. It's like something that actually makes sense to be down there. So, let's go ahead and check 201, starting with the 200 series with the first room, obviously, which is a save room. Which, I'm pretty sure, you pick up a PlayStation memory card here. Look at this. So cool. That would serve essentially as ink ribbons. But I think that's something they incorporated. I'm not 100% sure. I believe it actually might have been memory cards. So we could just travel out here. Now we're in the sewers. Uh-oh. Okay. So yeah. That place that we were at before. Just want to show you where it links to get to the sewers. It's where Sherry was. You would basically get in here with this door, which is still closed, and you would get to the sewers. I think you can, yeah, you can click through it. But they would push it, and you'd be able to get through it. I think John would push it. Let's go ahead and check out the areas in the sewer location. Oh, yeah, I forgot. This is part of the reason why I didn't want to go down here earlier, because of Lisa's sewers, but so you guys can see that. I'm probably going to have to potentially make a third edit, as my brother is coming home soon. He's probably going to make a lot of noise. It's really difficult. But I want this to be as, you know, not full of any background noise. I even turn off the fan so that in this nasty weather, it's nasty hot summer weather, so I'm really hot right now, but I do it to minimize background noise. I know there's ways you can get around like fan noise, but where my fan is, it's not really that possible. But it doesn't matter. I want to get this to you guys. Okay, I was just waiting for that cutscene to finish. This would be the end of the sewers, you getting out, but there's actually rooms in the sewers that we can't explore. I believe you can't explore without the debug menu, so let's go ahead and check that. I keep forgetting that that immediately finishes the sewer location. So more of the creepy female zombies. I don't know what's up with that moan. That's creepier than any moans in the Resident Evil games. There's so many of them. It doesn't make any sense that there'd be so many of the same type of zombie in one location. Can't go anywhere here. Like I said, most of these rooms aren't connected. But they are accessible. Cool. Uh-oh. Okay. Don't want to get poisoned. The generator is working. This room is really no different than the last time. Still looks pretty unfinished. Again. Wow. Wow. Check out tunnel flood. Whoa. Which is where we were before. Now we're going to check Spider Tunnel 2. This area is pretty cool if it's the one I'm thinking about. Oh. It seems for some reason that Ílza kind of has a little bit of issues. The loading. Not sure what it is. Yeah, this is the area I'm thinking about. This area is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and just... Yeah, I want to make sure I didn't get poisoned this... get hit this time. Don't want to run the risk of getting poisoned. But this is pretty cool. I want to show you guys. So, and unfortunately, again, another door that's not working. Not connected. You can go in here, though. And this is pretty cool. Just from, like an animation standpoint. You're actually able to open up this shutter. Which is right above where we just were. And then you're able to push this box. To what reason you need to push it? Not really shown. But you can do it. So, it's pretty cool. There's nothing here. Just wanted to make sure. Oh wow, the spider's just chilling over there. Yeah. No real purpose from what I can tell. Because, I mean, look, we'll go over here. And, I mean... Nothing. It looks like the camera angle is more drawn out there for Ílza for some reason. And then this room is... This is how you would get here, but it wasn't... Let's see if it actually works, because it wasn't working before. Oh, it was. Okay. Well, yeah, that's true. If you can get in, you probably can get out, but... Yeah, this camera angle seems more drawn out. It could be just my imagination, but... I don't know. Check out Spider Tunnel 1, which... is different. It is different, yeah. Very, broken, buggy still. From the last time I remember, and it's still being that same way. But... pretty cool still, nonetheless. Can't really seem to do anything here, though, so... Wonder if they're working more in specific rooms that they're interested in before they get to some of these other rooms. So this is the room that you would have, as you see, fought the alligator. Above it. And this is something, from what I remembered, I believe this is new. You're actually able to lower the water, because from what I remember... It had, I believe it had no water in the last build. And I also don't remember you being able to access this room up here. Could be wrong, but it has been, what, 3 years since I last played 1.5 before I played the Leon walkthrough for it. So, I mean, 3 years, it's not going to be like randomly, you know, nothing done. There's definitely going to be new additions, but... just a matter of what is new and what was already there. But self-explanatory, 2 spiders in here. You can't access this door, but it's here. And this is where you would have fought the alligator. I feel like this room has a very weird layout. So... I don't really know what they could have done. The sewers is very short, just like in the final... Yeah, look at this, guys. It's very, very glitchy. But... I know it's gonna sound... like it's not true. I just wanted to get off that screen. But that was buggier, believe it or not. Way more buggy than that originally in the 40% vanilla build. And that's it for the sewers. Very short. So, now the zombies are going to wake up. Because basically we essentially left the area. And look how many zombies on screen. It's crazy. Because essentially we left the area. We triggered the cutscene. The zombies in this area are really interesting. You see them right now. They're kind of part of the pre-rendered background. But when you leave the area and come back, you can see that they're actually like going to wake up, essentially. You'll see the difference. I'll show you in a second right now. Look at how they are here. Pre-rendered, part of the background, never going to wake up. And then look at this one. Really smoothed out and whatnot. He doesn't get up for some strange reason, but when I come back, these guys will. Yeah, somehow we had the ID card. And this is where you fight William. The cargo room, as I mentioned quite a few times now. Let's go ahead and just fully explore it. And this right here is what actually activates him. Gotta be really careful with this. Because he oh, I kinda glitched him. Whoa! Huh. So he starts off more regular for Ílza. Interesting. And he mutates more. Okay. Wish they fully implemented something, because he's still technically like as if we're fighting. So that's the only thing that sucks with this fight. But it's like the only boss battle of, I guess, besides the two gorillas. Oh. That's new, I believe. This isn't. I remember this being there. So basically, you would fight him, it seems like, talk to them with this cutscene, and then basically head right back in there to progress the story. Because that's where you are supposed to go, and that would take you to the Umbrella Labs. But we have not. What? Well, you know what? Let's go along with it for now, just to see the cutscenes, and then I'll debug back. I don't know why they're like walking into me like that. Now, I don't remember how much of this cutscene was done before and how it is now. so I can't really compare that. It's been a while. I feel like this is way more polished than before. Yeah, this is a little glitchy though. Should be William. I wonder if he actually attacks just like in Leon's game. Nope. I think he attacks there in Leon's game and then basically attacks and hits Marvin. That's how Marvin gets infected, excuse me, in the original, in this version, compared to zombies in the finished build of Resident Evil 2. But it's cool to have a lot of actual lore. Okay, so once that's done, I'm gonna go into the well, they call it, it's the keeper's office in this. It's originally the security office now. I mean, let's go ahead and just pick up this. I want to pick up the first aid spray. And key card and first aid spray, because we're actually, nope. Just wanted to use a first aid spray right now to get my health back up. That's basically all we can do in this room for now. Alright, I wonder if the gorilla's gonna spawn here now that I went in and out. Nope. That might be a Leon exclusive. I wonder what happens if you go backwards. I'm curious. Just curious to see if it still says the same text. Nope. Suddenly now it doesn't matter about the outside. I guess that's if you wanted to backtrack, or that could just be an error. An error, I should say. I said error. Okay, I'm going to stop it here, but immediately edit in the next part. Alright, so yeah, I love this area right here. I would love to know, like, what about this room that they designed having so much bloodshed all over? It's, like, really crazy. I like it because it's, I don't know, I feel like it's very old school horror, but it's crazy. Look at this. And this is something that I love a lot. This location right here to go in here. The entrance to Umbrella. It looks really, really cool. These stairs are very unnecessary, but I like them. There's still some areas I have to go check out, but I just want to show you guys real quick. Go up the stairs and then see this cool little shot here. Just think it looks really cool. Alright, so let's go back actually. Because there's still some areas that we need to check out before we move on. See, now the zombies have actually, I think I need to go backwards, yeah. But you see that their bodies are like smoother, because they're actually going to spawn now. Oh. I forgot about this. I'm gonna go in here because I want to see if I trigger a cutscene. I think this cutscene's old. She goes in through the grate, or the little hole. Oh. What? 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 I don't remember that. What? It leads here? What's the purpose of that? I mean, it's interesting, but what's the purpose of that? Anyway. Huh? What is this now? I don't know what's going on anymore. I think so. I guess like the whole cutscene is they're about to deal with the dogs, and then they go in there, and you actually see it's open, like removed. So that's really cool, actually. But we are gonna go ahead and check out these doors. So you can move this box. I did this in the Leon one. And actually flip that breaker. The switch on the breaker. And it's cool because... Oh! In Elza's this actually does something. Actually powers up the place. In Leon's it doesn't do anything for some strange reason. Oh. Wow. Okay. I was glitched. Ha, it's like an umbrella mouse pad. Yeah, just like Leon, it doesn't look like there's anything you can actually do, but crazy how it's like kind of glitchy for Elza. When you enter actually through the door. Oh, you can see that too. Look at that. Yep, nothing special here either, but still cool. Yeah, this is the room that I haven't gone into. Which leads right here. So... there's something I want to check out. Let's go back to sites. I think it's site C with the dogs. No, site. It should be site D then. Yeah. It's funny how this particular spot. Ah, yeah, I was gonna say a different spot. This particular spot has some weird sounds, like weird music. It's interesting. So you see the more factory parts here, which look very well done. Oh my god. Ow. Okay, how is that fair? You were able to punch me, I couldn't even shoot you, even though I could sue you. It doesn't make any sense. What? What? There you go. It's like a really crazy spot to put them. Then again, hunters and lickers went in the crazier spots too. I should also note that it seems like they're using a lot more Resident Evil 2 music in these builds, which I'm okay with. You gotta fill in the spots because 1.5 had its own soundtrack, actually, believe it or not. Some of it made it into 2, but a lot of the areas had the same song. So they probably did it to flesh it out. This is right above where we were. That room right there looks like the little small hall when Mr. X catches you when you look through the monitor. Site C Marvin. What? Why is it called Site C Marvin now? It's not like Marvin's even here. It's so weird. Let's see now. I think my dog just snored. You probably heard it. Factory line. I think that's where the gorillas were. Yeah. I think we're essentially done here. Yeah. We are done here. Well, 4 category. We already went to the keeper's office. Let's go over here. So it's really interesting how this is different. So but it's like glitched. It's interesting how here this door slides open and doesn't need any loading, but this one does. Oh man, he warped to the bottom. So yeah, they already give you the part to fix it. But yeah, it's really interesting. Besides John, who warped all the way down there, these doors don't automatically slide open. Actually, no, sorry, they don't even slide open. They don't have doors. You just run through them. They have doors now. Well, had doors originally. Probably a thing to cut costs on memory. And that happens. And then this is the room in the final product that looks exactly the same. It was always going to exist. And honestly looks identical, minus a first aid spray and the fuse case, or the fuse that you put into the cool little machine there, which is a really cool little cutscene. This lacks textures. Oh, not, sorry, I say lacks textures, but it has different textures. For some reason, it doesn't actually work, which sucks. It would basically light the room like how it normally is here, but in 1.5 is across. And there's lockers here, which is, I guess the ID card that we have doesn't work. Yeah. Let me see what it actually says. Well, that was pointless. So you could tell this looks kind of similar, kind of different. It's just hard to tell since it's so dark. I would have to see our light to make a better assumption, but the room does have some differences, which is pretty cool. The gorillas are in here. And I guess the other one is glitched. It's supposed to be 2 in here. You can hear him running, but I guess he's glitched. But this room, with the same design, has made it into Resident Evil 2. You have to use the 2 register fingerprints twice. Once with Claire, once with Leon. And you can get in here. It's just very rare that anyone gets in here. But like most people don't bother. Wow, this guy's like super programmed. He's like always on top of getting to me. I should also note that the run animations are taken straight out of Resident Evil 1. believe this is the staircase to go down, so let's go to the other side first. Forgot that happens. So this is basically would have been the area that you fight the super lickers and get the flamethrower. Nothing to do, but you could tell that it is still very well textured and has different textures than the final product from what I remember, because in all honesty, like, when you speedrun and whatnot, you never go into these rooms, so it's been quite a while since I went into these rooms. From what I remember, they look pretty different, considering, like, there's, like, lockers in the room, and also, I think they're positioned differently, I should say, and also the whole thing with the plant sticking out. So now let's go ahead and go to the staircase, which is very untextured, unfinished, I should say, not textured, but I kind of like it because it looks still kind of creepy. The whole plant aspect is in here. I kind of like it, I'll be completely honest. I kind of like it. Yeah, I want to see if I could go further down. Yeah, see, that's cool. It looks really, really cool. Okay. Well, this door is not open. This is where you would use the modisc to get to the final boss, but I should actually go... Sorry, I'm trying to get back, because it actually switched category from coming here. Go back to the second floor. We are kind of getting close to finishing. This... Oh. I really like spawning those. This looks fairly similar to the finished product as well. And then you have this area, which is in the B game, but there was casually a door to get here, which was completely removed. This also looks very different. Very, very different. It's a much, much bigger room with super lickers. And instead of a door being here, you would take the elevator. Still looks really cool, though. Now we're going to check out the other side. I'm going to see if I can kind of glitch it. No, I need to actually push this. If anyone saw my Leon walkthrough of this, you can see that you essentially have to glitch this because it's not done. So you climb up here, right? And then you're able to climb up again on nothing. And then climb up one more time, and then you're on the actual level you need to be. And this whole texture and everything is in the final product. This room, that camera angle is the same, but this room is a different color. And also is not nearly as long. This whole extended part does not look like this. Now we're just going to come up here. The elevator's not actually here, but you are able to click it. And this is really interesting. So the item box from the actual Resident Evil 2 is technically, the graphic of it is right here. But it's like literally in the graphics. You can't even examine it. Huh. It worked. I had a feeling. I said, oh, let me just try to run down and actually click it and see if it actually activates. And it did. So that's pretty cool. And I think this takes you to the train area, if I'm not mistaken. Which is not where we want to be right now. No, it takes you back here. And there he is. Okay, so we actually finished now with the 400 category. So, let's get back to where we were before. Oh, actually, we could start here. Totally fine. This is an area we haven't explored anyway, so... Oh, look, here we go. Another cutscene. This music is good. It's very spy mysterious-ish, if that makes any sense. Kind of sad it was taken out, but then again, it wouldn't have fit with the tone of the actual Resident Evil 2. This is kind of like a I wonder what's going on type of song. So that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and pick up this first aid spray. I also really... Let me just do this again. I really like the item pickup animation. It's pretty cool. Can't talk to John. And that was that room, so that was pretty cool. I don't remember if that was there before. But... Again, it's good to go through these cutscenes because there was an issue trying to read them before because the speed would go by like Flash. Like the Flash, like run by immediately. That door I cannot go through, so I think this door you should be able to go through. Okay. So let's go back now to... Okay, no, it's not where I wanted to go to. Well, actually, you know what? This is okay. We could do this. So this is where we were before. I just wanted to show you guys that. Like the music. So we're here, so let's go over here first. So this place actually does explode. It's up in flames, and... Oh, here's another canceled enemy. Man spider, I believe is what they call them. To show you guys. They're actually really easy to dodge for some strange reason. Like, I know I got hit there, but that's because I was trying to kill it, but if you just try to run away from it. In my Leon walkthrough, I like didn't get touched at all, just running by it. The thing that sucks is like you can't actually go in these doors, so like it's a waste of time. So you could just run right by them. Wonder if that would have been that easy. So yeah, like I was getting to before, this area is... This is before the area was finished. I mean, sorry, went up in flames. It goes up in flames, and I'll show that version of it too. No item box here or typewriter, so couldn't save here anymore, like the finished build. And then here, oh, see? Don't really like the music they play here compared to the one in Resident Evil 2. But this essentially follows the same layout. The left side is like the kind of like locker slash, I don't know, like the room that you create the vaccine in. I don't really know how to, what other way to explain it. I'm at a loss for words right now. It's like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. So we get some Magnum ammo here if we wanted to. This camera angle is also really neat. This room is identical. These zombies actually have the character model from Resident Evil 1. And this also looks fairly similar to this room. This part could be different. I don't remember. But there's more of these like tube things here. The security cabinet. There's more of them in this version than there is in the final. What was that sound effect? Like water? Interesting. And then the opposite side would be like where that moth enemy is. Which in this version is just a room like this. Which I actually really like. I think it looks pretty cool. Wonder what its purpose would have been. But that's this area. Let's see now. I gotta trigger the fire part. No. Shelter passage. Might be the hallway. Yeah. So Ada's here normally, and then you would go down that elevator right there to get to the final train area from the B games. And this music is when the place is up in flames, so the place should be up in flames now. Oh wow, I'm surprised. Oh yeah, it is, see? So you basically get this open now. They randomly decide to spawn zombies here. Just like the final game, but the place went up in flames. So I just want to show you guys real quick the texture. And then they also spawn man spiders in here. But as you can see, it's the same locations and stuff, but up in flames. You still can't go in those rooms, sadly. But I just want to show you guys that. Nothing, again, nothing special, but cool to see the flames. I know I'm literally like running in the fire. And they switched to being zombies here. That, wow, that guy scared me. But yeah, that's basically that. So now let's get to the final set of areas. As if this video hasn't been long enough. So, you can tell this beginning part looks similar. The doors obviously glitch, but what's really interesting, and I'll get to it at the end actually, let's go the opposite loop I did from Leon. Let's go the way that you normally would in the Resident Evil 2 games. In Resident Evil 2. So there's no stairs to go this way, to go up this way. You actually have to loop around, and there's no item box. And we're gonna see some really cool things in this really small location. because there's a lot of differences from the final build. For example, here, the room that you fight the final Mr. X. Look how different it looks. You would activate the gate here. Obviously, you can tell with the text. But it looks really cool. But I could see a boss battle being really difficult in this small area. At least difficult in the dodging sense. You have a much bigger space in the final product. And also there's a gate here. And my dog snored again. There's a gate here. And you're able to actually do this. Go down the steps. But you can't in the final product. Which is pretty cool. I actually like it. Can't do anything about the gate from here though. And now we're going to go in the final rooms. Which is heading on the train, and for you guys to see a small, should be a small little cutscene here. There is for Leon. Oh. Let's check it out here, see if there's a cutscene for her as well. That would normally slide open, not in this version. Her idle animation's so weird. It's in the actual Resident Evil 2 game too, for like one small cutscene. So just like a net, this part doesn't actually have any dialogue. What I could interpret from this scene, and I said this in the Leon one, is that essentially you're trying to start the train, you can't because the gate's in the way. So since Leon or Elza makes that like automatic turn to the door, leads me to believe that that would be like, okay, I'm gonna go fix it. Which is very similar to the final product. And somehow Sherry's here too. That's essentially the smallest. Most of the cutscene you're gonna get there are small little cutscenes. So this is pretty damn cool. The train cars look different, right? And normally you went into the area, went across, and it would basically be like, okay, here's a save room, and that's all you can go to. And you pick up the little key for the gate. But no, in this one, you could actually go further in the cars, which I thought was really cool. Unfortunately, this is the last one. But you could do that. And it's pretty damn cool. But that is about it. As you see, it's a very, very small area. And that's basically going to do it. Let me pick a cool location to end this off on. Yeah, I wanted to pick this. So I thought it'd be cool. But, yeah, guys, that's going to do it for the Elza walkthrough. I had to edit this a few times considering all the interruptions, which I apologize for. But like I said, the way I'm going to edit it, it's not really going to seem like much of a time waster. But this was really fun to do. It's really cool to see the improvements. They've definitely made some improvements over the years. And I look forward to the next build. Again, thank you, Team Migas, for your work on this. I really appreciate it. This is really, really cool as a fan, just to see what could have been. But either way, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this. Again, I have the Leon walkthrough as well. You can go check that out. Already up right now. And same thing, I don't know if I said it with this in the beginning. I will be having a no-commentated version. A non-commentated, I should say. Non-commentated version going up immediately at the same time as this commentated version. So if you prefer to see no commentary, even though at this point I guess you prefer commentary, but if you want to see a no commentary version, that is also available as well. You can go see that. And I will definitely make sure to put out an update as soon as the next time the build goes up. Obviously, I waited some time to do this one because I was just waiting for the right setup, waiting for the right time to do it. I've been doing a ton of videos as it is, but either way, guys, thank you for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Please consider subscribing if you want to see more content. I'm going to be covering a lot of the Resident Evil betas and just so much content of Resident Evil, Silent Hill, things like that. Horror related in general, but either way, thanks guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.